All right. Good evening to everyone, and welcome if you're just joining in. Oops, typed wrong. Just wanted to share a few things that I was able to, I guess, get refreshers on and new things. Sometimes when you hear something a third or a fifth time, it hits a little bit differently depending on where you are in your journey of coaching. And sometimes you're just more open to things than you are the first time you hear them. So I have some nuggets to share with you from the retreat last weekend. The first thing I want to say is, don't let me forget to tell you, but I have the secret for IPD in 1 year. So let me just hang on to that thought. I'm going to share with that at the end. Okay. So don't let me forget. And I could talk for hours, but what I'm going to do is really hone in on one topic that I think is really going to help our team to streamline the way we do things. It's not a new system. I don't want you thinking that we're going to be starting something new, but it is a fine-tuning and an improvement of the way that we already do things that I believe will help us grow. And it's not brand new. It's something that some of you may have received training on this before. You may have heard it on a Monday night training, or there was a boot camp on it. Started around May. But it's something that when they started presenting on it at the retreat, I was like, oh, what now? what? It's something that I hadn't caught. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So I went into the retreat with several questions. And I don't know if you guys have had these similar questions or if you can relate, but my big questions were, why am I not sponsoring coaches? What's holding me back from that? What can I do to get unstuck? What do I need to grow? Because we all know we have 4 basic skill sets that we do in coaching, right? We acquire and support clients, 1, 2. And we acquire and we support coaches. And most of us really do have the first down really well. And a lot of us have even brought on coaches. How is your confidence level, though, bringing on and supporting coaches? Is it the same as it is bringing on and supporting clients? I don't know. Put a 1 in the chat if it's not, definitely 1 here. Even though I have brought on a lot of coaches, my big question is, if I know how great it is, if I know it's something that can bless just about everyone, why am I not doing it more? So there were so many different presenters. And like I said, I wish I could share absolutely everything. But I want to share mostly what the reflecting questions that they had me asking myself. First, one big one. What am I projecting as a coach? What am I putting out there? Am I posting about the coaching opportunity as much as I'm posting about the health opportunity? Am I looking for those people that could be blessed by coaching? Do people look at me and my life and think she's too busy? She's too intense? She's too scatterbrained? She's too stressed, not having fun. These are, and I'm not saying that they do. I don't know. I can't read people's brain, but you want to kind of ask those questions. What are you putting out there in regards to the coaching opportunity? What are you projecting? Jen had an interesting thought. Is it, well, maybe people think that it's because you're a healthcare professional. Maybe it's because you're, qualified to this certain point. Do they think that they have to do that in order to become a coach? So I had all these questions, and it's really been a great self-reflection. But then when they trained on this one thing, just raise your hand maybe, or put a 1 in the chat if you've heard this. Put a 2 in the chat, okay? So it's a different number. If you've heard of the concept of the 4 steps to client integration. Have you heard, and are you utilizing the 4 steps to client integration? So I know who I'm talking to here. Anyone? Okay, so maybe it is a good thing to talk about. So basically, Terry Miller and Patty Glick were all talking about this, and I was like, "What in the world?" We all know that integrating clients. We could say that means having them come on the community calls, having them engage in the support community, having them use their life book, having them use their, really integrating into the program. But what do we know is kind of the full offering of Optavia? What is the full integration? Well, it's when a really good client then becomes a coach and moves our mission forward, because that's the only way that we can accomplish what we're trying to, right? So that is the full integration. And I don't know about you, but it seems like, we kind of stops halfway through. We can coach our clients really well. We can even have people considering it. We can talk about it and do all the right things. But it seems like for me, it was almost like, well, how do you get them? Have you ever said that? How do you get someone to start coaching? So it's been a little bit of a mindset shift. I did the Dave Blanchard course, which really focused on connecting with people and learning more about how something could bless them more than how it could help you. And that was one piece of it. But this 4 steps to client integration, I really just want to focus on for the next few minutes here, because I believe it's a system that we can use for every single client, and really will qualify and increase the quality of our clients, and increase the quality of our coaching, and increase the percentages of people that come on as coaches. So there's 4 steps. And Jen, I did look for this in print form. The only thing I have is a very simple thing. So I can attach that later, just kind of a screenshot so people can have that. But feel free to take notes. It's just 4 simple steps, and I'll talk about each one. So step 1, it starts on the health assessment. And the health assessment hasn't really changed. We still use the same one, but there are a couple of questions we want to add in there. And some of you may be doing this, but at the end, when it's a yes, we want to ask, so, I'm ready to get you started. My last question for you is, how would you rate your current commitment level on a scale of 1 to 10? And what you're looking for is a 7 or higher, because we find that people that are below 7 really, they may feel like they're ready, but they really are not ready for this program. So there's some things that we can talk about if they rate themselves under a 7. But if they can self-evaluate themselves, you can ask the question, are you willing to do what it takes to be successful on this program? If you rate yourself at an 8, do you feel like you are committed to doing what it takes to be successful on your journey? And of course, you're looking for a yes. And you ask right then and there for 2 commitments. We're asking for, the first one is that when you call them and when you text them, when you interact with them in any way, that they respond to you. And what that looks like is, if you have an appointment set up, they answer, or they call you back, or they reschedule a time. If you text them, they text you back. And this is even on the days 1 through 8 texts. This is asking for engagement. And you specifically can ask them not to ghost you and say, this is part of this process, how it works. Will you commit to not ghosting me, even when that times get rough, through the good, the bad, the ugly, that you're still engaging with me? And so we're looking for a yes. We need that yes, right? Because nobody wants a one and done client. Nobody wants a client who is going to do this for 2 days and then return their program either. So this will increase your quality of clients, but it might even make you seem like you lose 1 or 2, but those are the ones that we actually are like sucking your time anyway. Like, we don't want to be wasting our time with ones that aren't ready, because what they'll do is have a negative idea about the program afterwards. and talk about it negatively and not be the ones that, it's better if they just wait. It's better if they just wait, even if it takes a whole year to be ready. So the second commitment that we're looking for is that they live their journey out loud on social media. And you can keep it kind of vague at that point, but we are asking, and the text message support message thread supports this as well. It's already lined out there. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but it's changed. The day 8 text talks about posting their journey, their accountability post is what we call it, a day 8 accountability post. And what we're asking for is just a little update, something simple. They even give examples in the text. There's a video that gives examples, and we're asking them to be accountable to their friends and family by posting an update and then continue that weekly. And you can assure them that, they don't have to do anything beyond that. We will work the post. We will engage with the people that are interested. All they're doing is no longer dieting in the dark. They're not going to be unsuccessful because they are putting themselves out there. So this is for their own good. And this is something that will help their accountability on their journey. So if they are not ready for that, which it might feel a little weird if you've not been in the habit of asking people to do that, it will probably feel weird until you do it a lot more. But just remember that you can use the experience of your own journey, the fact that your accountability, your public journey has helped you be more accountable. You know that it works that way. So it's not being inauthentic to say that, because you can use the experience of yourself and the experience of other coaches and other people that have posted, and you know that it's in their best interest. And so sharing that with them, it's not about you, it's about their journey, and that it's in their best interest to do this. If they're not ready, you can still say, okay, I understand that you're not quite ready for this. I'm still going to ask you to commit to the first one, and we can revisit this next commitment in 2 weeks. I still think it's going to be in your best interest. So I'm still willing to coach you, but I still need your full commitment on the first one. So it's a little bit of a, if you're still willing to work with somebody, as long as they're above a 7, if they're below a 7, what the leaders are recommending is that you may just let them go right now and say, I don't know if the time is quite right for you right now. I am here for you when you are ready to make that full commitment. So, please feel free to reach out anytime. I'll check back with you. And maybe just let them go would be best at that time. And that's not going to be a bad thing. That's not going to hurt you. That's just going to help you. Promise. Okay, so second part of the 4 steps happens on the kickoff call. And so on the kickoff call, what you're going to do is all the normal stuff, but really set those expectations about what you're going to do. You're going to call them days 1 through 4. You're going to send a message days 1 through 8, and you'd love to hear back on those messages. They watched the video, thumbs up, they're seeing the information. And you're going to give them that heads up that on day 8, that's when we're going to put something out there on Facebook. And you can kind of just give them a reminder. That's what we're going to do. And so when they see that text, it's not like, what's this? She didn't say anything about this. That's kind of, I've been using the new texting thing, and it's like, sometimes it's like, I know that's what they're thinking because I haven't really been really clear, but no more, right? We're going to be really upfront with their expectations. And, when they post that, what you want to do is follow that post, turn on notifications for that post, make sure you're checking back on it a day, 2 days later, interacting with those posts. You have permission to do that with their permission. And what they're recommending is that you don't set up the celebration call until after that post is done. So celebration call would be done basically days 8, somewhere between days 8, probably day 14, somewhere in that range. depending on your schedule, because what you want is to celebrate the people that are at that full commitment level. It'll go a whole lot differently than the old way. And because if somebody is not, it's not that we're not supporting the ones that aren't ready to do that, but if they're not at that point ready to fully commit and be wide open, they're for sure not ready to sign up as a coach and start coaching. They're just not there yet. So we can revisit this step at any time, which is really nice. If somebody is at your old clients, you can have this conversation with the ones you've been coaching for months. And if they're ready to kind of put things out there, have them go ahead and put something out there on Facebook and then set up the celebration call, because then you have something to work with. And on the celebration call, you will be talking about how many people are inspired by their journey, how awesome it is, how good that feels, and it'll look a lot different. So on step 3 is that celebration call. And I don't know, I mean, most of us have probably done celebration calls with Jen, and she's an amazing, she's an amazing person to do celebration calls with, because she listens, and she has that way to find where the opening is, right? To talk about what are their options that will best serve them. But basically, and I don't know all of the people that are on here, but everybody has several people they can work with in their support, in their support team. So utilizing somebody, like Jen, who's been doing this for so long is amazing that we have this. And, just saying somebody who has done a good number of celebration calls and really knows how to do this. And what we're presenting at this time is, okay, you have 2 options at this point. What's going to serve you best on your journey? One is the role of a referral source. You have all these people that are watching you. They're going to be continuing to watch you for your journey as you post weekly. They're going to be inspired by you. One option is just to connect them right to your coach. Connect them to your coach. We'll do referral credits. The other option, I'd really like to talk to you about it. So, you can say, this is something that may serve you even better on your journey. You can give a few reasons why, but let's go ahead and look at our calendar right now and see a time that we can all get back on the phone, whether it's hopefully just a few days from then. Hopefully not too much time goes by in between the celebration call and the Coach Explore, because it'll still be fresh on their mind. The people that have commented have, just recently been interested, right? It's not months old. And you can kind of find a time right there. And the process that what they're training on is then at that time, say, okay, let's schedule, let's do this call then. I'm going to send you a link with a video. And this is the Coach Explore jot form. And the link is right there in the app, how to create it. I did one in about 5 minutes or less. It's very, very easy to fill out. But what's cool is they have it all right there. It includes the 10-minute Becca Tinter video. It includes a lot of short facts about Optavia, about coaching that you would normally answer during a Coach Explore call. And then it has all the questions, all the Coach Explore questions. And you can ask them, please just take some time to reflect and answer those questions before we talk. And that will give you and me both insights on what you are needing in your journey and what will benefit you. And you're going to have all those amazing answers to work with when you do your Coach Explore in a few days. And you may even have a list then of people that have commented, because that's on there too. So it's really a streamlined way of moving this from client who is engaged, they're through week 1, they're feeling empowered enough to post their progress on day 8, and they are open to the possibilities of coaching. And it may not be this seamless, it may not be this, 100% on every single one, but the rates that you're going to find will likely be a lot higher moving somebody from from client to coach because of this process. So I'm feeling good about it. I think it's a really great, streamlined approach. I love the fact that the JOT form for the Coach Explorer is very simple. I've kind of been using it, as a bridge for same way we would do a health assessment. Anytime we bring up coaching, okay, I'm going to send you this link, fill it out when you have a chance, and but even better, have the phone call set up before, you send it, not just send it out to people and hope that they will one day fill it out. So that process is very duplicable. It's something we can all follow. And I'm excited to kind of play with it. And then maybe we can get on a Zoom. What do you think? In like a week or two? I don't know, Jen, something like that.
I think 2 weeks would be great, because depending on how people are bringing on people and the celebrations, but I'm excited to do this with people, because this is this is like another tool in the tool belt to me.
Yeah.
So
yes, and I just want you guys to know, I'm going to share a video that that I watched on it. It's longer. It's longer than this quick little explanation that I gave you. It's about an hour long, but it was IPD Candace Watson sharing it on one of the they shared it on the boot camp, basically a smaller version. But I'm going to share the full thing because it was so good, and it talked about really every scenario. What happens if they're not ready if they're not at a high commitment? What if they don't want to post? And then, what does it even look like on the Coach Explore call? So it was really great. I'm going to share that in this group, and then just some ideas. I've got a lot of things rolling around up here of things that I'd like to do from the retreat, and really looking forward to using this, and then potentially working as a team to do some sort of either sponsoring bits or a referral, something along those lines, once we all have kind of the hang of it. So that's most of what I wanted to share. I can share more, or I can quit early.
I had already asked her, I'm like, oh my gosh, you have so much. Maybe we can do this next week. She's like, wait a second. But I think it's exciting because it's all going to be written out, the steps. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're guessing on what you need to do next. And you're also bringing your mentorship team to help you to do some of this. So it's not like, I don't think it's going to be as uncomfortable as maybe people might think it is. Of course, you're learning a new skill, so that's always going to be a little bit.
Yeah. So from what I understand, this is how the whole company is moving this direction, and that's why they have changed the texting campaign, but it has not yet reflected in the app as far as it all listed out. But it is available somewhere else that I will get my hands on. I'm working on it. A whole document on the 4 steps to integration, because some of the other teams are doing that. So I will get it and I will share it. That way we'll have it just kind of written down. And again, it's not a new system. It's not anything where we're throwing out the old. It's really just an enhancement and being more bold for people, and just changing a little bit of the wording is what it is really, to be a more attractive option. So
love it.
I hope that makes sense.
Chuck has got his hand up. I wonder if
yes,
in a minute.
Heidi, that was great. I came a little late. I'm sorry, I had a conflict. That was fantastic. Did they talk about, so the 8 days of messages, are they recommending texting them, emailing them, and stop using what's in Optavia Share and stop doing the automated share messaging?
So they didn't really talk they didn't really talk about using the share at all. That question didn't come up. I have stopped using it just because I feel like it is redundant if you are doing the texting campaign. And I have gone back to using the texting campaign to just be on the same system as to not leave out any of this stuff. And in general, people look at text messages way more than email. So you don't really know who's looking at the emails. That's the problem that I had with it. And then, of course, having to remember if somebody quits, unenrolling them and, all of that stuff. So it wasn't trained on, but I'm just doing the manual texting campaign. Back to that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have to change my habit. Thanks.
Yeah.
And I think Dave Bush said that they're trying to come up with an automated version of that. So I'm still waiting though.
Yeah, I know.
I like
nice.
this. I like this because I feel like that it's taking our coaching to another level. It is like we are serious health coaches and we're here to help people who are wanting to be helped, not dragging anyone. So it's kind of leveling us up a little bit and almost letting them see that, our time is respected because we do work with a lot of different clients and, we shouldn't have to chase somebody. If you want it, then let's do it. So it's showing them that, that you're ready to do it if they are.
I totally agree. And I think it'll really free us up for the ones that we feel like we're chasing, that we should never spend all the time. I mean, I'm so guilty of that, hanging on way longer than I should on clients because they hired me and I have to fulfill my end of the bargain. But, when they know what you expect from them in order to be a coaching relationship, then when they don't hold up their end of the bargain, it's not on you. So, it doesn't mean that you're never going to check on them again. It's just, it really does set the expectations on day one, which is good, really good.
So let's plan on revisiting this in a couple of weeks. If we could do it on the same night right after our accountability, that would be great. And just to come on and hear how people are using it, what the experience is. How do they feel about it? Because it's something new. And we want to take the scary out of trying something new,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Let's do that. And I want to thank Heidi for sharing all of her wisdom from this retreat. I
told you guys I would share the secret for IPD in a year. So if you don't let me forget, should I do it now? It's so simple.
Do it.
It's so simple, guys. So after we've just laid that out there, your percentages for bringing people on to coaching is going to be a lot higher. So just filling the funnel with clients, right? So all it is, one new coach a week. One new coach a week. And having to be okay with about 40% of them doing nothing. And it just kind of takes the number. It's like every single person that was up there said the same thing. It's like you cannot be attached to every little individual outcome. But if you're bringing more horses in the stall, one coach a week, so simple, right? And that's from zero. So IPD in a year, one coach a week. Let's do it. Right?
All right. Thanks for everybody being on. Thank you, Heidi, for sharing. And we will see everybody here in a couple of weeks.
All right.